Okay, guys, this is Lilith Evernight. I know I look hella random right now. This lighting is horrible, and I'm kind of bloated a little bit. But I wanted to do a quick Juice World reading for a fan, and he wanted to know pretty much at the end of this reading was this a setup? The Juice World to get set up? So, what I mean by that is that they think it was sketchy the way that he had left. So, let me just kind of adjust this camera a little bit and kind of sage the energy. I pray to my angels, ancestors, God, Goddess, Lord, Lady, Creator God, Yeshua, Lilith, Kali, all you guys. Santa Muerte is to, like just be with me, beside me as I do this reading correctly, as I channel in my higher self, my intuition, Spirit, Holy Spirit, thank you, channel through me. Okay, blessed be. Let me clear my spaces. All right, blessed be. I'm going to move this camera a little away from my energy. Well, not my energy, but kind of just in a better position. Hold on. I know this is so weird. Okay. You know what? It's just gonna have to be the way it needs to look. So, let's see. I asked the first question when I had spoken to Juice World, or channeled in his energy. What was his personality? And I got 3 cards, okay? I got the King of Pentacles. Sorry about the awkwardness. So, I got the Fool. And this reminds me of someone who just follows the universe. Someone who just takes that leap of faith, and they're the type of person who would follow their dreams and not look back. They would not look back even when I get that, when I got this card, I got the song by 21 Pilots called, I forgot the name of the song, but it's like his parents telling him he needs to make money, get up, you need to make money. But it was like in his head, he was like, I understand that, he understood. I think like, oh, that's what I get with the King of Pentacles reversed. So I think in that way, he was not taken so seriously by many people because he was trying to pursue crazy dreams, He was trying to be a rapper, and like he just kind of followed the stars. And he just went with it, and he still followed his destiny, even though like maybe it risked him some money or certain jobs, because he wasn't trying to take it the average way. He wasn't trying to be in the matrix. The music industry is considered in the matrix too. But what I mean is that he wasn't trying to, well, as you can see, like he's smoking too. So, Juice World, I don't know if he's smoked a lot of weed, but I know he did a lot of drugs. So, I mean, there's that. There's a book with a pentacle on it. So I don't know what he was into spiritually necessarily, but I don't think that he was an atheist. I don't think that. So there you go with that. I think he was probably secretly into, certain studies, but maybe not necessarily like, Satanism or some sort of dark witchcraft. But I do believe that maybe he would be the type of person that would have known that the music industry was involved with the occult. So he probably got a little influence from the industry or people that were in that field, because he was looking up to those people. So whatever they were into, low key, he was looking up to that too. I have my dreads up here too. So, whatever artist he was looking up to in the music industry, it doesn't really matter if that music industry or that music artist was necessarily a good influence. He was just kind of like, I'm just into it. I'm getting, because reverse too also means like, well, that's the Nine of Cups reverse too, like bad and bougie. But like, I'm getting that lifestyle, that rapper lifestyle where they're like, I need nice cars and I need um the baddest bitches, and like low key he was probably like into music that was into that. He was into like artists who probably were maybe a little too materialistic, even though he was kind of like a rocker boy too, I know he was like that too. Um, so I don't know why I'm getting Motley Crue. So if you guys know, like, if he's a fan of those kind of bands, like Motley Crue, I don't know why, or like bands that were in that era, maybe like in that time frame, he could have been into that. Like, I'm getting like drugs, sex, and rock and roll. I don't know why. I'm not saying that he was like a fuck boy. I'm not saying that. But like, I feel like he was kind of like involved in that lifestyle, or like people knew him to not really stray away from it. He didn't really stray away from that lifestyle, that drug, sex, and rock and roll kind of lifestyle. So he was probably like overindulgent. He was probably like, even a little materialistic as a rapper. Like he was probably, it rubbed off on him. He probably even, maybe in his earlier days, he probably even rapped about that kind of stuff too. Like he rapped about like whatever those kind of rappers would rap about, whether it was like smoking weed or, having lots of money, cars, or, things like that, that were very earthly things, material, earthly things. Maybe he wanted to be rich and famous. Maybe he looked at money and fame in a way that was more so maybe toxic, or like he just kind of wanted that. He just wanted it a little too much. And sometimes it made him look like he was, all about that lifestyle. He was all about achieving that, or I don't know, but it could also mean, like right here, that he looked at his dreams that way. He looked at himself like, oh, I'm going to be this. I'm going to be the King of Pentacles. But because of the way that he was going, some people may have thought, like, oh, you're doing too much, or whatever. You're doing too much, whatever that may be, whether it was money, drugs, whether it's with even his dreams or his destiny. And this is like taking a leap of faith. This is about friends. So, his friends could have also, like, were around him when he was pursuing his dreams. So his friends. Okay. And that's probably also where he got his motivation. As the fool is just somebody who is like, I'm gonna take a risk, live fast, die young kind of energy, and that's like his energy, because he was always doing drugs and just living that lifestyle, that rock star lifestyle. He took a leap of faith and he just went and took risk in certain parts of his life that made people concerned for him. Like he was just kind of like, let's just have fun with what we're doing now in this moment. And to some people, that was a little risky, so he came off that way. And I don't know why I'm getting heavy like drug energy. So also with drugs, he probably was the type of person who had like fun with that too, like especially in his younger days. And he was a very heartbroken kind of person. He was a sensitive soul, I think. I don't know what he went through. I don't know if he went through any heartbreaks, like in his, like relationships. He dwelled on that. He probably even wrote songs about it. He probably would be the type of person to write music about his relationships, or, I don't know if he was the type of person who would probably dwell on like being cheated on, or some heartbreak in his relationships with his family. Um, so yeah, I'm also getting, so maybe there was times where he even would have to shield his heart. It also means heartbreak, betrayal, ill health, and separation. So people were probably heartbroken. The way that he came off, people were almost like, he was like the sad boy energy. I get sad boy energy. Sad boy energy. He wore his heart in his sleeve. He was very like something with his heart chakra was kind of maybe a little imbalanced sometimes. So yeah, so let's get. I think some people when people think about him too, you know, they feel sad. You know that like people that are in his personal life, they're still crying and they're still devastated and they knew that this was going to affect his health. People were worried about his health, and I think when they first met him, they knew that like he was taking a lot of risk with his health as well. You know, maybe just doing drugs or because this guy's smoking a pipe, and maybe something with money. He spent his money on crate. He was like risk taking with his money, maybe too. Like he was the type of person that was wild with his money and like drugs. You know, and I'm getting music here, dreams, music. He was a very like he was a dreamer, but like in a way that was like people probably he believed in himself, but like other people like probably didn't believe in him because if you see the dog's trying to pull him back to being normal or going back to the normal route, you know, and he probably didn't take the normal route, you know, and he went the way that was like where he went in places where people were scared of the unknown. And because of that, he was able to follow his destiny and his dreams. And that's how he came off to people. You know, like that's the kind of personality he had, especially when it came to his music. You know, he felt like he was just going to take this route. He was probably telling people at a young age, hey, I'm going to be a celebrity. I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to be a rapper. And some people in the back of their head didn't say to him, but they were like, oh, yeah, yeah, you know, that's not realistic. But he did it anyway. So that's the way he came off, you know. Just Wrld, it was just like a fun loving, risk taking, kind of like a wild, unpredictable kind of like energy. But at the same time, I think like he was like a sensitive soul too, you know, like a heartbroken person. I don't know why I get Cancer energy. I don't know if he has Cancer in his chart. So Eight of Wands is his possessions. So there's a man right here. Like if you see that shot, so I don't know. Like I think like he was making money, right? But like he was probably the type to maybe spend kind of like I don't know if he was a fire sign, you know, but you know how like fire signs they are very you see like okay life like frivolous exciting. He was the type of person who would like once he got to the fame and the fortune, he was like he made sure that he lived the life of a celebrity. He made sure that you know he had the nice clothes, he had maybe even the nice car, you know, he had the nice possessions in life. You know, he just wanted to live the lifestyle the way that these rappers did, you know, like Gucci Mane or all those people that he looked up to. That is where like he was really into that stuff too. Like he was really into like making sure like anyone who would be famous would want to be rich too, you know. And I feel like that's what he was thinking. Like I'm not gonna lie, he probably wanted to be rich too, and he enjoyed it, you know. And he was probably the type of person who spent it too much in ways that were kind of like risky, you know. Maybe like I'm getting like the way he would spend his money, or maybe there were some controlling people in the music industry too. I get a man right here, so there's like maybe authority figures who yeah he probably was, you know, he was rich, but you know there was a contract, you know, there was people who were like wait, like you can't, you know, where you think you going with that money, you know, kind of thing. So it can mean both things. Like, you know, as a celebrity he had to, you know, I'm getting like more money, more problems. So he probably like when he had that money, he was like rich, and then people wanted this and that. Like he was getting shots everywhere from people in different directions. You know, money changes people. So it was like okay. So this is his friendships, or no, the way that he communicated with others. So I'm getting this energy that the right now, like I know this lighting is horrible. Whatever. Um I don't know if you can see that. Forget about my face, right? I don't know if you can see that, but you can see like a guy and a girl. So he was very romantic. I'm getting love messages here. Also with the Eight of Wands. No, it's the Eight of Wands, but there's one. I'm getting love messages here. So he probably wants to say something to his, that's what he feels. I think he still has love. He truly loved his his girlfriend. He was really into her, and he was probably the type to write love letters and really just not really finesse, but he was just a romantic. He was a sweet boy. And, and maybe not just with the way he spoke, was of love to the people that he cared about. And he really misses them. And people really miss him. And, yeah. So with her, it was like, he's still nostalgic. And he's the type of person that, like, when you talk to him, you wouldn't get him out of your head. So, like, he was definitely a keeper. He was definitely, like, someone that you would love to talk to, and he would make you feel comfortable and maybe even loved. And maybe he was humble to his fans, He was the type of person who really, when he spoke, it was really deep. Um, he didn't just speak about the weather. He really wanted to make sure that he got to people's hearts. So yeah. And then you have, I'm going to hurry up. Let's see, relationships. Oh, home and family life. Okay, what? I think it's the Ace of Cups. Reversed. Oh, sorry. Emotional life. Okay, in his home life, there was emotional instability, stagnation, and ego. Sorry for my face, but yeah, guys. I'm gonna hurry up. Okay, so there was a lot of emotional instability, so maybe lots of drinking, lots of like hedonism, behind closed doors. A sense of, like, when you're happy you celebrate, but you can kind of like celebrate a little too much and kind of be a little overindulgent. So maybe he was like that behind closed doors. Maybe he was like that in his earlier years too. I'm also getting syrup. I don't know why I'm getting that with sorry, cottonmouth. I'm getting like 2 cups. Those rappers who talk about 2 cups. Like he was like really into that. Um, oh, a lot of emotions, overly emotional. Maybe lots of crying. I don't know what was going on, but he had something dark going on in his life. Um, I don't know what he went through. I don't know if he went through some sort of emotional or abuse as well. I don't know if it was with family. It could have been somebody here. It was just like he was drunk or he was high a lot, all the time. Like I'm not perfect. I'm a low key man, a low key pothead. But I wish this lighting would be better. You know what? Whatever. Um, I just got done doing my dreads, and I'm so sorry for this lighting. I am just like, oh my god. Okay, let's hurry up. Um, let's go see. Let's go see. Let's go see. How he was. What did I say? How he was in relationships? I'm not sure if I said that. But dang, you got the Page of Cups. Someone who's romantic. Someone who's like writing love letters to you, writing songs, and writing poetry for you. Someone who is like a lovey-dovey person, like that gives you the feel of like, oh, I have a crush on you, but like that puppy love kind of energy. This is the Page. So he was like a sweet boy. He was like kind of still like a kid. You know what I mean? In the industry. Like, even though he was probably of the age, he was like a kid that was just like, I'm just trying to make it in the game, but also like he was like a normal boy who just wanted love. But he just wanted to just he was just like I said, lovey-dovey, artistic, creative. It's in relationships he was, so he would write songs and love letters, and he was just very romantic, very sweet. When it came to those that he loved, like his girlfriend, he would make sure that she was loved. So he really had feelings for her. So anyway, let's get like somebody who writes love letters, somebody who I could imagine some guy just like tapping on the girl's window, sneaking in the window, but like in a romantic, sweet way, like that was Juice World. Like if he could, he would do that if he was in high school. Like I wouldn't be surprised, if he had to. So I'm gonna try to ignore this horrible lighting and focus on the cards. So let's do that. All right. So the major changes. Okay, Empress. His reputation, like I said, he was very creative. His reputation, I guess I'll just have to do that. His reputation was good, so it's not like it was. Hold on. Okay, well, I just decided to switch. So this one is the Empress, okay? So this is his reputation. This is somebody who would come up with like creative ideas. Someone who was very like good at, someone who was just talented, the what somebody asked me, even though like I get a lot of feminine energy, so I don't know, like a lot of females probably did like him too, so because he was a musician. And because of that, he was able to harness his creative energy, which is also connected to feminine energy. So yeah, that is the Empress. This is somebody who had like, he was gifted, definitely. He was talented and he was able to come up with like new ideas. Maybe he was like, I don't know, he was good with freestyling, but if he wasn't, like he would be good at it if he actually like put the work into it. So I hate the way this camera is today, but I'm gonna try to hold on. Okay, well, the camera is like annoying me once again. So, okay, the Empress. This is somebody who's very talented or creative. Someone who can come up with like new ideas, new like come make things come into fruition. So that was something that he was probably like known for, like especially as a musician. Um, I'm getting something with his mother, so if anyone knows what, I don't know if he was close to his mom. I don't know if he was the only one living with her, so uh, I don't know if his father was in his life, but yeah, I get a heavy like feminine energy in this reading for him. So yeah, he was just very talented. So that was just something that people had loved him for, and he was very like just good at like maybe writing. He was just a good artist. He was good at being an artist. It was almost like he was meant to be an artist. So yeah. Sorry for my muffin top. So yeah. I'm going to see. I'm gonna hurry up. Friendships, King of Cups. I'm gonna just pull all these cards down. and try to call it name. So um let's see. What other cards do I have? Okay, how he was as a friend. This is how he was as a friend. He was like the type of person, like I said, very creative, very like in tune with his emotions. So he wasn't like a narcissist. He wasn't a karmic. I don't think he was. And if he was only karmic in the way of like overindulging in like alcohol or drugs or in that way. But other than that, he was like a good person. He was a sweet person. His higher self was a real, like, good person. And he just was probably like a very overly sensitive person, maybe overly emotional person. And because of that, he escaped with alcohol or drugs. But other than that, he was able to articulate things, or he was very in tune with the other side, I think, and he probably didn't even know it. And maybe like I get this earth angel energy from him, so a lot of earth angels like go through a lot of pain in this earth, so they escape through alcohol or drugs. So he was probably so sensitive, and he didn't know that as an artist you can be like highly in tune in a spiritual sense too. As an artist you can, so he was probably channeling, and I don't even know if he knew that as an artist. But yeah, other than that, he was probably like the type who would like to party, or if he did, or if he was around, if you were around him, you would see like something in his hands, something like some sort of substance. Okay, I'm gonna hurry this up. Okay, what was his dreams and his fears? What was it? Or his dreams is that his fears were that he would have not made it to the industry. That he would have bad luck. He would have bad luck in his dreams. That was his fears. That he would get bad luck in his dreams, like his actual dreams, like his actual like goals. He was fearing that he didn't want it to be robbed from him. He didn't want it to be stolen from him. That those haters, his fears were that his haters were actually, or people who would hate on his work or whatever he was doing, would actually be right. And they were wrong. They were actually wrong, because like he had a sense of belief. He had a sense of belief. He believed in himself so much. He believed in the universe. Like what did I say, the Fool card the earlier? He believed in himself so much. Like he was the type of person that probably believed in himself so much that he actually did believe like in a universal consciousness, God, or some form like that would help him get there. And he felt like he was like almost maybe even destined to do this kind of work. I'm also getting like he trusted his intuition. He trusted his intuition. So he was like maybe the type of person who was not like, he was open-minded when it came to like religion or spirituality. I think he was like the type of person to like kind of look at other forms of spirituality, like maybe like learning about Buddha or learning a little bit about magic. He wasn't necessarily like, his intentions spiritually were not evil. I don't think so. Even though the music industry wants to, but there was an imbalance. There was an imbalance with that. So I'm thinking like maybe he was confused, like he was lost sometimes. It was like he was like a lot of these artists, like it's like I don't know how to explain it. Maybe he was conflicted into what other people had to say about like religion or spirituality, and maybe like he was the type of person that wouldn't like close his mind too much, but not necessarily have like he didn't always come off like he had a backbone with certain things. I don't know how to explain that. Like maybe he would get influenced by other people, like he would get influenced by like what they would have to say, making him realize, hold on baby, making him realize that he was seeing the world in a different way. Like, yeah. So anyway, the Hangman reverse, like refusing to surrender, refusing. So maybe like he was, because of all these conflicting things about religion, he was sometimes he had his battles with it, but I do think he was a believer. I think he was. So hold on, let me go get my dog. Okay, I am so sorry. This is the last part. So the question is that, was this a setup? Did he get set up? Like, did people think what happened to him was suspicious? Come on, Pri, come on. They do this every time. So I got the Ten of Swords. So let me rephrase that. The Ten of Swords represents something like, as I believe, betrayal, loss, parenting problem. Wait, I'm wrong. Hold on. Betrayal, melodrama, and forced changes. Look at that. It's like somebody stabbed him in the back, right? Like, I asked that question, was this a setup? And this is the card that came out. And you got the Temperance, reversed. There was an imbalance. There was a betrayal. I'm getting something involving with the music industry. Like, there was something with the music industry, I think. There's something, because look at that. Like, you got the Eight of Cups, and then you got the Six of Pentacles reversed. So it's like something definitely shady was there. There was something shady. It was like almost like this woman is offering this cup to this person right here. And this person's like, oh, I don't know, I had one too many drinks. So like, it was almost like the music industry or something, like I'm getting that energy of like Amy Winehouse. Like people want to believe that in a way the music industry almost like the music industry, because she was in Hollywood, or she was not in Hollywood, but it destroyed her as an artist. And I'm getting that vibe too with him. What happened to Amy is kind of like what happened to him. But it was like, I think it was a little deeper. I think like somebody here did not give a fuck about him or give a damn. They were just there for the money. They were just using him as like a cash cow, or like some sort of offering. Like he was some sort of there was an argument here. So there was maybe a lot of people in his life that were around him. A lot of people who wanted to control him, like financially as an artist, and creative wise too. And so he was around a lot of like, I think the word, if you want to call it, demonic energy. So he was around a lot of demons. So I would say that in the music industry, there is a lot of that, from what is told. So, yeah, whatever happened to Amy is like what happened to him. Withdrawal, distance, and travel. So, like, there could have been an argument. There could have been some problems in his life where he was like trying to isolate himself, or he needed to he wanted to be alone or something, where he was alone and he felt alone in the situation. But at the same time, I get like a sense of like in an introspective way, like times where he needed to kind of withdraw from everyone. So definitely I think people probably weren't he probably didn't get touched, but more so like it was like some shady people, like there were some fake people in his life. I don't think he was ready to go. He was definitely not ready to go, but his health was definitely a problem. So there were some people that probably did not care. I'll say that. Some who did not care about him. They only cared about him as a product. And because of that, he was abusing so much. He wasn't being seen as a human, because it was like, yo, like you don't want to like let yourself go so fast. But so yeah, anyway, I don't want to put too much negative energy, but blessed be, love and lights, Juice World, and thank you. And please subscribe. I might put this on my new channel if I decide, or I will just put this on my main channel. So just let me know what you think, and blessed be once again, and please subscribe. And yeah, this is a spiritual channel and an RC channel, and sometimes I just do readings like this, and this is for a fan. So yeah,